Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting, and today I'm going to be reviewing a Paydirt that has been a brand since 1976, and that's Bobby Nugget Paydirt, which according to the package has been a brand for almost 50 years, even though they just started selling Paydirt in 2025 and only filed the trademark in 2025 as well. So either somebody doesn't know math or they might be lying. Now, I'm not going to say which one of those things it might be, but if you happen to Google who filed the trademark for Bobby Nugget, you will find out it was someone who pled guilty to financial crimes and was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Anyway, I'm going to be reviewing 2 bags of the Bobby Nugget branded Paydirt, one with a guaranteed 1/4 gram of gold and a classic bag with no guaranteed amount of gold. But I purchased this one with the Miller Prospecting name just to see if maybe I could get a loaded bag. So I'm going to be panning out 2 bags to find out the results. But before I do that, though, I need to thank today's sponsors, which are my Patreon members who support this channel, and it's only because of them that I can do reviews like this, including my 2 newest members, Chris DeWicki and Peter Richardson. So thank you both, and all my other Patreon members as well. And if you want to support this channel and these reviews, you can go to patreon.com/Miller Prospecting, where I do daily ROI charts so you can find the best Paydirts being sold daily, and I also do monthly contests where you can win Paydirt, gold, and other treasures. But now let's get to these 2 bags of Paydirt, go to the overhead, and check them out a little bit closer. As you saw, really detailed descriptions for both of these bags of Paydirt, but tell you absolutely nothing. The only thing they tell you about these Paydirts is where the gold is from and where the dirt is from. And they essentially say it's from everywhere and anywhere. So really nothing about it. Doesn't even tell you the weight on either one of these bags. So I'm going to weigh them up to see. This is the 1/4 grammer. You have 7.4 ounces. And for the classic, 7.5 ounces. So they both are, you're getting roughly the same amount no matter what you get. They also do come with how to pan sheets, which are pretty nice. I mean, the packaging on these is really nice. On the back is a discount code as well. I will post that on my Patreon probably in case somebody wants to buy this stuff because it's been around since 1976. Now let's open these up. They do include lucky bonus packs. I have no idea what those are. I contacted their customer support and asked them, and they kind of really didn't even tell me. So this is a bonus pack. See the material. And this, again, has guaranteed gold, but no specific amount. It does ship from California or somewhere in that. It does ship from the East Coast. I mean, the West Coast. What am I talking about? Ships from the West Coast. Sorry, I'm trying to think where it shipped from. It came from the West Coast somewhere. I'll have to look it up before the end of the video. But lucky bonus packs. I'm not going to show these on camera. I'm going to do these. Actually, we'll do them on camera. So, but first, let's check them for Magnetite. When I contacted support, they told me a whole bunch of things on what these bonuses might be. They might be coins or gold or nuggets or things like that. So a lot of black sands that's Magnetite. I mean, they both look heavy in Magnetite. Both bags look heavy in black sands, and they seem to have a fair amount of black sand. So I'll be really curious to see what the gold is in these. All right, so this is from the 1/4 grammer. Let's see what we get. Some pennies and a sticker. So we got 5 cents. So we got 5 cents in the 1/4 grammer. I will look at these before the end just to see if they're anything decent. And this is the lucky bonus pack that I ordered in my name, Miller Prospecting. Let's see what we get. Sticker and 5 pennies. So, yeah. Actually, I only got 4 pennies. I only got 4 pennies in this one. So I didn't even get 5. So, all right. I don't know what the gold is going to be. We'll have to see if it's fine gold. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be bigger gold if there's 1/4 gram in here and if there's anything in here. I'm thinking it'll be bigger gold because they don't want you to miss any because there's probably not very much in there. And they want you to find something so you don't complain. But let's go pan both these bags out, come back, and see what we found.
Bobby Nugget got out of the slammer last week. Folks were talking all around the town, saying Bobby Nugget's back. Got a gleam in his eye, a smile wide as the sky. Bobby Nugget's back in business. He's got gold Paydirt this time. Bobby Nugget's back in business, shining brighter than a dime. Spent his time inside, learning secrets underground. Said he found a better way to provide for the people all around. Got a plan in his head. No more time for dread. Bobby Nugget's back in business. He's got gold Paydirt this time. Bobby Nugget's back in business, shining brighter than a dime.
Well, finished panning everything out as you saw, and that was actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. There was more fine gold than I thought, definitely more fine gold than I thought, and a lot of black sand. So for a beginner, I would give this a medium, but for an advanced or expert panner, this is easy Paydirt to go through. Again, just a lot more fine gold than you would expect from this seller. And now let's show off that. Now let's just show off that fine gold. And there we go. This is from the classic bag, and then this is from the guaranteed quarter-gram bag. Now, I did not classify the gold down in either one of these, but for the classic bag, it's all fine gold. It's all very small gold. For the quarter-gram bag, there are some bigger pieces in there, probably just under 10 mesh, and then all the way down to fine gold. But let's weigh them up. The quarter-grammer, again, was supposed to be quarter gram of gold. Let's see how much we got. 0.280 grams. So there we go. A little bit more than the quarter gram we were guaranteed. And now for the classic bag, which had no guaranteed set amount of gold. Weigh it up. .165 grams. So that's definitely a good bit. I don't know what the ROI is going to be yet. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure both bags are pretty similar in price. I'll have to look at it. So I don't know if it's a loaded bag or not, but 0.165. I also got 5 pennies with the quarter gram bag and 4 pennies with the classic bag. All right, finished calculating my ROIs, writing up my reviews, and let's get right to it. We're going to open up the spreadsheet, go through the numbers, and there we go. And again, both of these bags were bought from BobbyNugget.com. I got the quarter gram bag and the classic bag. The quarter gram bag was obviously guaranteed a quarter gram, while the classic bag had no guarantee. It does state you will find gold, but there was no guaranteed amount. Now, Bobby Nugget sells on 2 places. He sells on BobbyNugget.com as well as on Amazon. I think he sells on Etsy as well, but I didn't look there. The quarter gram bag, I actually had a secret shopper buy that one off of Amazon. And then for the classic bag, again, I bought that in my own name, the Miller Prospecting name, and I bought it off of his website. And for his website, it was actually $36.50. Shipping was free. So for the classic bag, I paid $36.50. For the quarter gram bag, I paid $49. On the website, it's $64.50. That's $15 more expensive on his website, whereas on Amazon it's $49. Now the gold I recovered, as you saw, was 0.28 grams and 0.165 for the classic bag. Gold spot on the day of purchase for the quarter gram bag, it was 107.80, and for the classic bag, it was 106.27. I kind of messed up when I bought the classic bag. I waited too long and gold spot dropped. Now for the gold value and the penny value for both of these, we've got $30.18 for the quarter gram plus 5 cents for the pennies, and for the classic bag, $17.53 and 4 cents. I didn't add any value for the pennies other than their actual numerical amount, which is a penny. You could possibly sell them on eBay for a little bit more, but I looked at all their dates and they're all selling for about $1 with free shipping. So I don't think you really make anything more than maybe a nickel, and that's your time too, so no. But for ROIs, we got a score of 61.69% if you buy it off of Amazon, and a 46.87% if you bought it off the website. And my score is a 6.2 or a 4.7. For the classic bag, if you bought it off of Amazon, it was a 50.93%, but I bought it off of his website, so I got a 48.14%, or on my scores, a 5.1 and a 4.8. Now, for a fun factor, I'm going to leave them the exact same scores. There was nothing to blow me away. I will say I was pleasantly surprised to see that this is, I think, real dirt. This isn't like Golden Paydirt or some of these other sellers that have a lot of fluff description and not a lot of gold and high ROIs where it's just play sand. This is actual good dirt. It had black sands in it. It was fun to pan out, but I don't think it's worth adding any extra points. So I'm leaving the points the exact same. For description, we have a 3 for the quarter gram bag and a 2 for the classic bag. The only difference between these scores is on the quarter gram bag, they tell you the gold is from a whole bunch of places, whereas with the classic bag, it says nothing about the gold. But both of them really say nothing. Again, it's almost all fluff. I was going to give him a 0 for description because one of the parts on his description is he says, is gold a good investment? And it does say in there, yes, because people who bought this Paydirt 3 years ago from him are now making money because gold has increased 3 times. And that's a bold lie. He wasn't selling Paydirt 3 years ago, so there was nothing they could have bought to increase the value on. So I don't like that. But just because I'm a stickler for keeping by my numbers, and even though I dislike the fact that he's lying on there, I am going to leave his numbers the same. So 3 and a 2. For quantity and packaging, he's getting the same score for both bags, a 6.5. Nowhere in the description does it tell you how much dirt you're getting. I'm guessing it's 6 ounces plus the coins and the packaging made it the 7.5. So, I mean, how hard is it to put in there that you're getting 6 ounces of material? That's clearly. So he's getting a 5 for that, and then an 8 for the coffee bag. Now, they do come double bagged, but the second bag is just a second bag that isn't really sealed. It's not airtight. So if the first bag leaked, it would come out. So 6.5 for both of them. Customer service and shipping, he's getting a 5 for both bags. I emailed him twice. I emailed him through Amazon and never got a reply. And then I emailed him on his website through a dummy account. I didn't try my own name on that because I wanted this score to be legit. And I didn't hear a reply to either one. I tried talking to his chatbot and asking his chatbot a whole bunch of questions. And not only did it just laugh at me when I asked it questions, and it literally laughed at me, typed in LOL when I asked it questions. It was worthless. It told me absolutely nothing. I asked about his bonus bags. I asked him about why the price was lower on Amazon, even though he's paying about 20% in fees on Amazon, as opposed to his website where he's paying probably 3% in fees. I don't know why it was more expensive on his website. And it said it didn't know. So the customer service was worthless. It was zeros. Both bags did ship out quickly. So he's getting a 5 for both. So total scores for the Bobby Nugget bags are a 5.4, 4.8, 4.7, 4.6. So not very good scores. And as you can see, I had to adjust it so you could see the scores. But yeah, 5.4, 4.8, that's the score range depending on if you bought it on Amazon or if you bought it on his website. And for the classic bag, it's 4.7 or 4.6 depending on where you bought it. Now, two big questions. The first one, do I think I got a loaded classic bag? And I'm going to say yes. I think that bag was loaded. I got a 48.14% off of his website. This is his website where I got a 48% ROI. Now, obviously, his bags are going to be the same for the quarter-gram bag. They're guaranteed a quarter-gram. So I was going guaranteed to get at least about a 46% ROI. I got a better than 46% ROI with a classic bag. So I just don't see somebody selling a bag for $36 and you getting a better ROI than buying the $65 bag. So I do believe it was loaded. I'm not 100%, I can't guarantee it, but to me, the numbers just don't add up. I think if you bought that classic bag and you weren't using the Miller Prospecting name, you would probably get a lower ROI than I did. And now the second question, would I recommend or buy this Paydirt again? Now, I would definitely not recommend this Paydirt. It's got too many bad red flags for you to buy it, and I definitely don't like to recommend sellers who have a lot of red flags on their websites. But I might buy this Paydirt again. I do see a glimmer of hope with this website. The descriptions are a lot of fluff in them, but the Paydirt itself is really good. The ROIs weren't horrible. They weren't absolutely trash. In fact, the 1 gram bag, which is a bad ROI when you look at it, once you get the coupon and the discount, which is a 20% discount, it actually gives you about a 78% ROI if you use that coupon. So it's not horrible. Like I said, there's a glimmer of hope with this. It's almost as if somebody saw the golden Paydirt, saw all their description, was like, wow, that's great Paydirt, but the actual results suck, and they wanted to get somewhere between that or my top 10 on my website, millerprospecting.com. They wanted it in between. They didn't want the crappy golden Paydirt, and they didn't want to be giving away 90% ROI. So I think it's in between there. If the seller cleaned up his description and made it better, if he was better at customer service, and if he gave a little bit higher ROI or at least adjusted the prices so they were comparable. I mean, why buy on Amazon just to then go to his website for a higher price? If you want somebody to find it, maybe lower the discount. If you're Amazon, don't give them a discount once they buy on Amazon. Just lead them to your website. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't recommend this Paydirt, but I would probably buy it again. I'll have to see. I will keep my eye on it and we'll have to see, but that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Happy panning. And if you're not already a subscriber, think about hitting the subscribe button below.